Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here he is, the bricklayer with a song and a smile, as well as a mole, and a heart full of gold. How are we all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you well. Right, listen, just want to touch base on this video. I'm looking at a lot of videos lately, and the crisis of the farming and what's going on, how they're being attacked with the inheritance tax and lack of food production. And evidently, we know that is the priority here, but it goes a little bit deeper than this, because just after the 1900s, America and Russia were importing food tax-free. That was their pardon, okay? So food production got less and less and less, okay? And that's just increased over the years and will probably keep increasing, where it's just gonna eventually dilute and fizzle out, which we can't have because it's so important to produce our own food because one, it's a healthier choice. Two, it creates our independent economy. Three, it's an industry that we must keep alive and pass down. Now, this is so important. Now, what I want to do is share with you a bit of historical knowledge because I love my history and I love passing it on. They say an Englishman without any historical knowledge is a man at sea without a compass. And I'm going to explain why. Right. Sir Francis Drake. Sir Francis Drake, a very, very popular explorer, as you know, known for exploring the world and bringing the world back to England on his finds and documenting them. He was also very famous for defeating the Spanish Armada. Now, did you know Sir Francis Drake, his priority choice over his servicemen and his crew were in fact farmers? Now, why do you think that is? I'm going to tell you why it is. The country needs more than geniuses to run. It needs strength and bone. And there's plenty of that found in the moors, on the hills, on the farms of the countryside in England, let me tell you. Right, the reason he preferred the farming man. One, the farming man was out in the weather elements all day. He worked a physical job. He was very self-driven, enthusiastic, planting his own foods, growing his own foods, reaping what they sow, curing their own colds, their own remedies by eating certain recipes of fruit and veg, passing it on. Also, it wasn't unusual then for the infrastructure. So the nearest farm shop or neighbour might be 30 kilometres away. They'd get on horseback and ride or cycle. So these men were very driven, very physical, very able men. And because of their so clean organic diet, they were very big, very strong men. They wasn't subjected to fumes or what we call the old steeplejack steam, smoke, fog, etc. of what the cities bring. Now, a wise man once said, never send a poet to London, send a philosopher. And Charles Dickens once said, a born London man is like a plant growing in a greenhouse. He doesn't absorb and benefit from the natural light or the natural elements. They're conditioned. Now, being a London man myself, I'm very proud of my heritage and who I am. And those countrymen do need people to lead them. So we're leading. Right, so the farming man was the typical hand-picked male for war because they were just strength in numbers. Can you see where I'm going with this? Now also the Battle of Waterloo. Did you know 1,600 frontline soldiers come from the farming? They come from the farms of Scotland, Ireland, Wales and England. And that's the truth. So by us taking away the farming industry, we're also taking away the strength from the backbone of this country. Can you see where I'm going with this? Because we need that strength. We need that strength in the moors, in the countryside. Because we all come together. We also need the intellectual brains of the city born. Now, I know somebody's going to say I'm in the city working class. I'm working class, all my family were bricklayers, dockers, and some actually worked in offices. It doesn't mean that we're not strong, but there was fewer working class jobs in the London because it's predominantly run by your lawyers, solicitors, philosophers, politicians, accountants, doctors, etc. So combine them both, the countrymen to the city men, what a great firm you've got. Now what scares me is we're taking away historical genes, breeding genes, and it's happening today. It's happening today. So we need the backbone, the strength of the economy, and we also need the intellectual side of the economy. We need to come together. If we keep taking away the strength, we're going to become a nation of megaphone users. You like that one, didn't you? Walking around the streets with a megaphone with about 15 security, facing off lefties with purple hair. That's what we're going to become a nation of. We don't want that. We need men to be the men. And that's why it's important. We need this farming industry to genetically and with the heritage carry on. Because one, it produces the food. Two, it produces self-efficient infrastructure, great economy. We can export. Keeps our farms in business. It keeps our countryside lovely looking, full of greenery. And it also keeps us strong. Keeps us strong. Now, what happened was, as farming started to decline, I'm going to go to the Irish, for example. The Irish found it hard to survive, so they emigrated to America. Farmers started to emigrate to different countries. And that, we don't want that. We want to be strong. We want to be strong. A good economy is one of hands on the ground and hands on the desk. And that's what we want. So, just a short video, a little bit of information for you. So, for me, keep the farming issue going. Buy up your local farm shops. Be careful. Support them. You know, support them. If you see them doing something, support them all the time. Support them. Support, support, support. We must encourage the forefathers to pass down the knowledge to the young, and so on and so on, as they will support us as well. You know. Anyway, so that'll do for me. God bless you. God bless me. God bless my motherland. Thank you.